Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sky Oaks Online Chess Club. This is Coach Chance, and today we are going to be learning about the fried liver attack. Now, a lot of you probably at this point are playing the opening e4, and a lot of the people that you're playing against are probably responding to you with this e5 move. And today I'm going to teach you about something that you can use possibly to help you out at lower level games if you're playing as white, and something to watch out for if you are playing as black. So the fried liver goes a little something like, sorry about that, a little something like this. We go ahead and start out with the normal attack on the e-pawn, bring out the knight, and black goes ahead and defends it, just like normal. And a lot of you may play this move, bishop c4. This attack is only if you do play bishop to c4. And this attack is, again, only if they play the two knights defense, where they bring out both of their knights. This is the position that designates the start of a possible fried liver attack. Now, as white, the way to signify that you are going to play this fried liver attack is play knight to g5. Knight to g5, and that's going to attack this f pawn over here with your knight and your bishop. This is important. If black goes ahead and just develops, you get to go ahead and take knight to f7. It's you get a free rook or a free queen on it, probably somewhere, but you fork their queen and their rook. You're basically up material at the start of the game. It's a great play, and I mean, they have to do something about it. They probably go queen here, you take their rook, and they do something, right? Whatever that something is, but you're up a rook, and that is a very, very good position to be in at the start of the game. However, here you will see a lot of people go, oh no, they're attacking my f7 pawn. I need to do something to stop it. Some people will go here to stop it, and that does not quite stop it. You can still take that pawn there and attack the rook. If they're not careful, then they can get checked again. Or not checked, you can open up discovery on their rook. So queen to e7 is not a great move. You'll see a lot of people go here and play d5. And in this case, what you will want to do is you'll want to go ahead and take this d pawn. It's essentially a free pawn for you in the center. And here a lot of people will just go, oh, you know what? I'm going to take that pawn back. Here the move is, again, knight takes f7. This is an especially good move. It looks like a really bad move, right? You're just taking a pawn and the king is right there, and you just lose a knight, right? Wrong. After the king takes this knight right here, you have a pin on the king. So after queen to f3 check, the king is actually in a very, very, very bad position. If he goes back to g8, we're going to take this knight, and it's going to end up being checkmate once queen takes and queen takes. I'll show you that line here real quick. If king goes back to g8, then bishop takes check, and he has no way out other than to take with the queen, and then queen takes d5, bishop here, and checkmate. But we're not looking at that. We're going to probably look at king goes back to e8. In that case, we have two attackers on this knight and one defender on the knight. So we'll go ahead and take with our bishop here. And if this setup seems a little bit familiar to you, that's probably because it is. You'll notice that instead of our bishop on c4, we have it on d5, but this is the same setup as the 4-move checkmate, the scholar's mate, right? You are threatening to move queen to f7, and that would be checkmate. So very, very scary right now for black. You have a very good attack going on them. I mean, to defend against that, you have to probably do something along the lines of queen to d7, queen to e7, something of the like here. But there isn't a whole lot to do about this attack. In cases such as knight here, trying to give yourself an escape square, bishop here, and you start bullying the king around the board. That's essentially what you want to do, is you bully the king around the board. They're in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm going to show you what to do as black if you do not want this to happen to you. We'll go ahead and start a new analysis and flip the board. So, a lot of you guys at this point will also be playing the two knights defense. It's a very, very basic defense. It's a good defense for earlier games, right? You play e5 because it's a good move. Here they attack your pawn, so you defend. It's a good move, right? They play bishop to c4, and you play knight f6 to attack their pawn and the center. Another very good move. This is a very solid opening for black, and it shouldn't be disregarded. It's a very good opening. But then white tries to get a little bit sneaky with you and tries the fried liver attack. Here it is. This is it. Here we have our f7 pawn being attacked. We have to stop that somehow. And we already know that queen here is not going to work. We already know that attacking this knight isn't going to work because they'll just take here anyway. So really the only option that we do have to stop this attack is to play d5. And here they're going to go ahead and take like we did as white. Here is where the defense changes slightly. We already know that knight takes d5 does not work, right? We already went through that. If knight takes d5 here, then we get knight takes f7. And after this stuff, we've seen this position from the white side. It's not looking very good for black. You can notice that the computer likes white's position here a lot. So we have to find some different move. And the actual way to defend against this position is to play knight to a5 and force this bishop to either move back or over here. Once it has moved, most likely back to b3, we can go ahead and take this bishop, and then the attack is over after knight takes d5, with us winning back that pawn. You can see that we are definitely in a solid position as black. Our bishops are both opened up. White still has this knight undeveloped. They have to push this pawn out to develop this bishop. We're also attacking their knight, so they basically have to push this pawn out to develop that bishop now. So again, the move here, once you see the fried liver attack as black, is to push d5. And once they take, like we had done as white, we play knight to a5 and trade off our knight for this bishop. Note that if they do go back to here with bishop to d3, we can just go ahead and take the pawn like we did in the previous example. There is no more danger of knight takes f7, and they're actually in a position where they have to move this knight back somewhere because they cannot defend the knight with that bishop. So a couple of different things here are how to play the fried liver as white. It's a very, very good lower rating game tool. If you're playing as white, it is very, very possible that black does not know how to defend against this fried liver attack. At your guys' levels, it's possible that they fall for the fried liver attack. But you also have to be aware that if they do not fall for the fried liver attack, you're going to be in a little bit worse off position than they are. You're basically sacrificing development to get an attack on the king that might not work. So the fried liver, a very good thing to know how to defend against, a good thing to know how to do as well. That's all for today. If you need to rewatch this video, I would recommend it. If you don't understand some of the things that were said, I would go back through and maybe listen again. This is a relatively short video. So, again, make sure that you understand this concept of the fried liver, understand how to do it, understand how to defend against it, and it will be a very, very good tool for you in your games. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you at the end of club.